Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today we're going to take a look at a puzzle that was inspired by the Sony PlayStation. Now, I draw a lot of inspiration from my puzzles from video games, and just looking down at the buttons, we've got the square, the triangle, the circle, and the X. Definitely iconic of the Sony PlayStation over the years. And I just wanted to figure out and see if I could do something for a puzzle in D&D, maybe using those symbols. So this is kind of what I put together. And in my game session, I would probably put this setting in a hotel lobby or something like that. So it could just be in town. And in order to activate a secret passage, they'll have to complete this. The PCs will have to complete this puzzle. But you could put it in a dungeon, in a castle, or a setting of your choosing. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is I can't even really think of a good name, so let's just call it the PlayStation Hotel Lobby. Okay, so this is our puzzle room, and our PCs could have entered from the south from either corridor, doesn't really matter. And this is a very well crafted room. Think of maybe like a lobby of a luxurious hotel or something. It is very well lit, and it's actually broken up in five by five square tiles, and the tiles are made of a very nice stone or a very nice rock, and maybe they have grooves in between them and stuff like that. Now, as you can see, these pink circles here, what these are, and they're on these 5x5 tiles, and by the way, these tiles cannot be moved, but think of like a manhole cover or a sewer cover. It's going to be a metal cover, and it's going to have what looks like a couple handles on it. So if one of the PCs wanted to come over here and they needed to pick it up by the handles, they'd be able to lift it maybe 2 or 3 inches off the ground. And when they do that, they're able to rotate it into 45 degrees. So they could take this one here and rotate it 45 degrees, and they could sink it back into place. So each one of these are movable, and those are the moving pieces of our puzzle. And they cannot be moved from this location. They are embedded here. It would take a strength of like 135 just to get it off of there or something. So it can't be moved, but they can be rotated in increments of 45 degrees and fastened back into place. Now over here is a solid rock or solid stone pillar, and it goes from the floor to the ceiling, and it may have all kinds of hieroglyphics or runes or inscriptions around it, and things of that nature. But there's 2 things in particular that the PCs will want to look at, and we'll probably maybe give them, as far as the runes that we want them to pay attention to, we may give them a perception for. But on this side here, or wherever you want to draw it, is a lever. Think of maybe like a large, slot machine lever or something. And we will actually give the PCs 1 free pull. They can pull this lever down and let go before anything bad would happen to them. So they're going to get 1 free pull. But we have a lever right here, and the runes that they are going to want to pay attention to, and we will draw out for them as a DM, are as follows. We have a pink square, a green triangle, and a blue X. And again, we'll give the players 1 free pull. Maybe they want to move some of these around first before they pull the lever. Let's say they move this one this way, this one this way, this way. Maybe they move this one this direction, that one that direction, and that one that direction. Maybe this one that direction. And let's say they do this, and then they pull the lever. And then the ones that they get correct, there will be actually a line that lights up across these tiles. So these 2 were obviously moved in the correct position, and there's a pink line here and a pink line here. These 2 here, they have a line across. Now, if this is the first time they pulled the lever, I probably wouldn't have anything happen. But now, if this is the second time they pulled the lever, obviously they have not solved the puzzle, so I would probably have 1 or 2 shadows come in. And so we would actually have a round of combat. Now, up to the PCs, they can have one or two characters fight the shadow while the rest of them are trying to pick up these manhole-like covers with the arrows on them and move them around into position, or they can just fully concentrate on the shadow, defeat it, and then come back to the puzzle. So, with everything that you've seen here, looking at the arrows and looking at the clue from the runes, do you think you know how to solve this puzzle? I'll give you a quick second if you'd like to pause the video and figure it out. Did you get it? Great. Let's take a look at the solution. And there you have one possible solution to the puzzle. Now the way that I did it is for the square, I just had them going counterclockwise here. So if the PCs arrange the arrows to go clockwise or some other way to form where it looks like, you know, they're shooting a line across here, definitely accept that answer. With a triangle, I'm doing very similar and going counterclockwise, shooting the green line this way, and then back this way, and then up this way. And then for the blue X, we're just having each one point there, and the blue lines will shoot across. So, if the players put all of the metal circles or the metal manhole covers in this fashion, or something similar that you can accept, and then they pull the lever, this pillar is going to rotate, revealing a set of stairs that the PCs can take down and continue on to the second level of the dungeon. So that was my puzzle, the PlayStation Hotel Lobby. And in the video I used, I was thinking of, you know, like metal discs on tiles where the players could, maybe it has two handles on there, and they pick up the disc and then they turn it 45 degrees and it locks into place. They can turn it again in 45 degrees and lock it into place, and it has like arrows on it. I also contemplated maybe just using statues. So maybe it's a statue of, you know, some royalty in town, or some gods or goddesses, or what have you. But where the players would actually rotate the statues, and they'd have to look in a certain direction. And then if they're moved in the right direction and the lever's pulled, then their eyes would glow, like for the X, they would glow blue and maybe shoot a beam across to the other statue or something. So that's one of the things I considered. I considered flags and you know, like weather vanes and stuff like that. But in the end, I settled on just the discs on the floor where they could just pick it up and move it 45 degrees, lock it into place. But I think any of that could work. And in fact, you might have a better idea of how to display the puzzle, so I would definitely be interested in hearing that. But that's all I have for you today. So what did you think of the puzzle? And what are some clues that you would give if your players are struggling to solve it? And that's it. The PlayStation Hotel Lobby. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you very much. Be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And on to the next.